girl Jackie O. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to today's episode of Fix It Friday. So today I'm going to be talking about a very popular topic here on YouTube, as if it wasn't confusing enough as it is, and that is color correction, okay? If you don't know what color correction, basically it's working with different colors in the color spectrum to help neutralize or cancel out unwanted, in this case, discoloration or dullness in the skin. Every single color on the color wheel, or every color in general, has an opposite color that works to neutralize or cancel it out. These are also known as complementary colors. I know this is going to be redundant to some of you, but I've got to give a little, just a little basic intro for those of you guys that are new to this concept. One thing that I wanted to talk about today is the whole wave and popularity of using orange lipstick, or like orange to color correct under eye. While I am very glad that people are exploring that scientific side of makeup and beauty, there's some common misconceptions that I want to talk about. A lot of people are, first of all, color correcting things that don't need to be corrected, and they're using the wrong shade to color correct. It's very important to know that the concentration and the saturation of what you're trying to correct, this is where it gets a little confusing. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible. But the concentration or the saturation is just as important as the area that you're trying to correct. What is concentration, you ask? Concentration is basically how much of something is in one spot, okay? In this case, how light or how dark something is, okay? I'll give you an example. If you were on the lighter, fair side and you wanted to color correct to neutralize any unwanted blue in the skin, such as under eyes or in the face, then you would use, in this case, a light yellow to help neutralize or cancel it out. Now, another example, if your skin is on the medium side, and let's say you have some unwanted green under eye or in the face that you want to cancel out, then you would use a medium red. But we all know medium red is not really medium red. It looks more like a pink to color correct or neutralize out that unwanted green. You would not go straight in with red because red would be too dark or too rich to match your medium skin tone. Now, if your skin tone is like mine and you're dark, but you're not really like a deeper dark, and let's say you have some unwanted dullness in the skin. Now, most of us know that orange works to correct dullness in the skin and neutralize it. However, orange would still, even for my complexion, be way too rich and way too dark. So instead of going straight in with an orange, I would use kind of like a dark peach. It would look more of like a peachy tone. If your skin is fair, light, medium, you kind of want to stay away from orange. Orange would do you no good and it would show through your makeup. So basically the point that I'm making is if the corrector that you're using is not equally as pigmented as your skin tone, what you're trying to correct, it's going to show through the makeup. The point is for your skin to look even and neutral when you're done correcting. If you've corrected with a shade and by the time you're finished, you can still see it, like if it still shows, you're not utilizing the proper corrector for your skin tone. I wanted to show you guys a live demonstration of how this works. So as you can see on my eyes, I'm applying a red corrector to help correct any darkness, even though I don't really have darkness, so this is not really the best example. But first of all, two things I want to know. I applied it way too low. It's not green under the eye, under that area where I'm applying it. So it kind of is going to defeat the purpose, okay? So I'm seeing a lot of ladies on YouTube, they're overly correcting. You're only supposed to apply the corrector in the area it needs to correct. Do not apply a color corrector under eye in the same manner that you would concealer because it's going to show through. So anyway, watching me as I apply, and as you can see, I'm applying concealer on top of it, and it just, instead of correcting, it turned the concealer into a pinky, like you can see it through the concealer. So for those of you guys that say, hey, you know, I like using orange, it works for me. Although it may have worked, in fact, to correct as you know you planned, the problem is you're still going to see, now you're going to instead see the corrector shade underneath your concealer instead of the dullness or the green or the blue or whatever it was that you were trying to correct. Now you have a different problem. You're seeing your correcting shade underneath your concealer. On the opposite side, like I said, because I don't really have anything I need to correct under eye, I just went straight in with a skin tone colored concealer, and it blends in with my skin perfectly. There's nothing seeping through underneath, and it just looks flattering and neutralized, and it brightens the under eye area. The side that I corrected, it doesn't look bright at all. It just looks like a pinky, it just looks overly pink. Now the bottom half of my face, I have a little bit of darkness, a little bit of dullness. One trick, a popular trick, is using a orange or peach corrector to help cancel that out. Now I wanted to show you guys why concentration and saturation is important in correcting. On the left here, this is my left, I used a light peach shade. Now this is like basically using a light orange. And as you can see, it's too light. It looks ashy. It does not correct anything. It sits on top of the skin and it's not flattering. In the middle, I used a true orange shade. As you can see, it's just too rich. It's too dark for my skin tone. It doesn't really correct anything. It just looks like a orange blob. Instead, I went with a dark peach. And here you can see it cancels out my skin completely. And it's almost flattering enough to be worn on its own. That would be the shade that I would correct that dullness with. So if you're light, use a light orange or light green or light lavender, because those are light colors. If you're medium, you want to do the same thing. You want to pick correctors that are medium in complexion that will help neutralize your skin tone. And if you're dark, then you would use something that's in the dark range. Deeper, you want to use more deeper, richer colors. Again, I just want to reiterate, when you're correcting, if the area that you're correcting, you can still see the corrector shade, it's likely that that color is just not your color. It may not perfectly blend in with your skin, but it should not look like this redness. You see how rich it is compared to my skin tone? It absolutely should not look like that. You should go back to the drawing board, maybe try another product, or make sure that you're only applying that corrector in the specific area that you're trying to correct. And another thing that I want to reiterate that I want you guys to remember is when you wear foundation, if it looks fine on its own, if you wear concealer and it looks fine on its own, don't even worry about color correcting. You don't need to do it, and it's just one of those things that you can just disregard and leave it to the ladies who maybe have really unwanted hyperpigmented areas of the skin, such as deep dark circles or dullness of the skin, in my case with the lower half of my face. I know that this video can be a little confusing, but this is just a technique and a method that I've learned not only in school, because the same characteristics apply with hair color, but it's just a trial and error. And one thing that I want to reiterate, because I know color correcting can be really confusing, but you guys have to remember that YouTube is a free resource, so I try to keep my videos and tutorials as basic as possible. If you are pursuing a career in makeup artistry or in cosmetology and you want extended, like more hands-on education, I would highly advise you to take a class on color theory at your local community college. It should be fairly inexpensive. There's, I'm sure, tons of books and resources on how you can really kind of get a more hands-on approach to this theory and how it works, and learning more about it. If you guys want some product recommendations on correctors, first and foremost, I just have to say, if you're not familiar with Bobbi Brown Cosmetics, she is the queen of correctors. You have to check out Bobbi Brown at your local counter or store if you're looking for something that you can use under eyes. There's endless possibilities with color correcting. Just make sure you use the correct shade. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's Fix It Friday. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. Leave me more Fix It Friday topics down below. I love doing these type of videos and I love debunking myths, so please give me some comments and feedback, and I will try my best to honor the ones that are the most popular and the most confusing for most of you. Alright guys, I will see you at the next video. Bye!